So I apologise. And you guys were just starting to send through some of the comments, which I will get to. So hopefully you can jump back on. And I'll go through those comments. So yes, so just saying that we've got loads going on. And like I say, for the business, as we've just right this second, that phone call I just took, because Lewis is on the Rewire, which is only 2 streets away from my house. And he just rang me and he needs some more extension leads because we are right in the process of that. And I'll just quickly go over that for those people who are just joining in now. So the Rewire is coming to all first fix now. We've got a couple of rooms that are on, but it has left because it's an occupied Rewire, which suck. Anyone who says occupied Rewires are okay, they suck. And I do understand why a lot of people won't do them, because they are really, really annoying, because they're really hard work. And a lot of times I do question myself with why I'm doing them. But they need to be done. They do need to be done. I just question whether I want to do them. But let me know what you do as well, because if you take them on or you've walked away from it. But what I will say is, as I was getting to before I was rudely interrupted by Lewis, is how much I appreciate you guys and everything that you have done over the past, God knows how many years now I've been doing YouTube. All the support that you've given me through my ups and downs with the business, my mental health, and everything that in between. Obviously losing my dad coming up to 2 years ago now, at the next month. And yeah, and on that note, mental health, big subject, it's close to my heart. And I look at things now that I like to say that I'm no longer a sufferer, which I know is stupid. And I know you're thinking that's a mental thing to say, but I don't allow myself to get down that rabbit hole anymore. So when I've got this huge thing now, and I really encourage you to do it, and I was chatting to somebody at the rugby club last night about it, that when you are in a situation like I've been in, I made a promise to my dad that if something doesn't bring me joy, I get rid of it, it goes, and that's what I've done. And I'm now chasing my dreams, and I will make them happen. And hopefully you guys, when it happens, that you come along for the journey, because it will be absolutely epic when we do it. I really can't say any more than that, but it will be absolutely mind-blowing, what I've got planned for my future. And I am working so hard behind the scenes to make it happen. And that's as much as I'm going to say right now. So work-wise, so like I say, if you've got any questions, send them in, because they were just starting to come through, and obviously, like I said, Lewis rudely interrupted me. So work-wise, so I've got a few quotes that I'm going to look at as well. So the construction side of the business is absolutely flying. Absolutely flying. We just can't keep up with one demand, inquiries that are coming through. They are absolutely, it's mental, what it is. So we're fortunate, we've got a really good reputation for everybody. So people are constantly messaging us where we want to come work. Unfortunately, we can't work too far on the radius. So some of those, obviously, we do have to. Unfortunately, I was one today where I said, look, we don't work in London. I'm really sorry. But it is what it is. But it's doing really well. So we're coming towards the end-ish of our massive job that we've got going on. So they'll need me to do a little bit of first fix upstairs in the ensuite now, so we've got the go-ahead for that. I hate doing bathrooms. Just going to point that out there. But I've got a little bit of first fix left to do there, and then the lads can board that. But then all the loft conversion side is all skimmed then, and then that is brilliant. That's all we need to do. Is once that's skimmed, I'm out, and that's fine. And then we've now just got one of the bedrooms downstairs that the lads are ripping out as we actually speak right now. They are taking all the floors up. They're all going. There's a couple of walls that are coming down in there. The ensuite is going. So there is a lot that is going on. So Mike, so you have messaged me, so welcome as well. So thank you very much for your support. You're doing so well with your dad. Be proud. Thank you very much. Really, honestly, genuinely, I mean that. Thank you. Just going through 2391 now, and now that's a requirement for the NIC from October 2026. So I don't know whether you saw it, Mike. There's a video that I put out when I did my NIC assessment, and we were chatting a lot about that. There is loads and loads of stuff that is going on behind the scenes to do with the NIC, and I imagine NAPIT will be the same. Unfortunately, I don't have any experience with NAPIT, and they are tightening stuff up, massively tightening things up, and I get it, and I completely get it. There is. I had a stupid comment the other day, and this is how stupid some people are, where they commented saying that I was only a domestic Sparky and that I pretend to be an NIC approved contractor. And this is the ludicrous thing I have. There's nothing wrong with being a domestic Sparky, because that really is what I am. I don't do really any commercials, maybe one job a year, something like that. I don't really get involved in it. I don't really enjoy it. And I genuinely think that it's almost a little bit like stay in your lane. Some of the lads are absolutely unreal at commercial stuff and will smoke me on that. And it's not because I they would, but you put them into my world and it's a different kettle of fish. So when we were talking to him, to my assessor, he was saying, look, it's just about getting some of the people who have done minimal training and going out and doing quite dangerous installs. That's what it is. But there's loads of ways around it. So if you're concerned about anything, then obviously just speak to them directly, because I've always found them really, really helpful. People have had really bad reviews and things like that, but I never have. I've always had good interactions with them. I suppose that's the best way of doing it. And yeah, it's been good. And like you say, I've came into the trade as an adult learner. I think you'd class it as, I suppose. I came into the trade that way because I was a Master Tech mechanic. I left school very, very early. Didn't really complete school, if I'm perfectly honest. And that's the way I did it. And I don't regret it. That's the way it is. But I'm incredibly knowledgeable on all things to do with, especially cars. I can build you a car quite comfortably. Anything mechanical, I'm all good with. But then I specialised that with fault diagnostics, I suppose. I went into that at main dealers, and then I thought, you know what, I've had enough of this. And then I retrained, and that's how I got into it. So loved it. So don't ask me what qualifications I've got, because I can't even remember. It's been 20 years ago now that I did it. And funny enough, my NIC assessor asks me all the time, like, well, it's on your file. I don't know. I've got a clue. You tell me, mate, because I can't remember. It's been 20 years I've been with you. So yeah, so there's loads of stuff like that, in fairness. So absolutely, mate. I do mostly domestic, but I live in the Highlands of Scotland. Oh, yes. Here we go. Highlands of Scotland, yes. They only offer approved contractor here. NIC have always been helpful. Yeah, exactly. And not jealous at all of where you live. I've got family in Scotland as well, and it is my happiest place in the world is when I go and see those. It's not quite Highlands. It's just north of Edinburgh. And genuinely, it is the best place in the world. So if you haven't been to Scotland, go. Just go. Even if it's just once. Everyone goes, oh, it's wet, it's wet, it's wet. It's not. I tell you now, last time that I went up there in the summer to go and visit my family, and it was probably one of the best holidays I've ever had, because I was reconnecting with cousins and their kids, and my kids were all playing and pier jumping and going out paddleboarding and downhill mountain biking. Oh, it was amazing. I got burned, which I know it's probably not saying a lot for my daughter, because she can look at the moon and get burnt. But yeah, it's wicked. So go and try it, and not jealous at all. So who knows what's going on later on in the future? What happens? So work-wise, so we've got another quote that I'm looking forward to going and seeing, actually, and it's through a recommendation. So over a year and a bit ago, I took on a project for rewiring sort of a period house, do we say? Maybe a period style house. It's all been took back to a brick. There is content on the YouTube channel about it, and we've been doing a lot of rewiring stuff, which is great. So that's been going on and off because they've been doing things. Because obviously, the more that they, as you can imagine, on a job like that, the more that they undo, the more issues they find. So it's been going on for ages. So we've powered up the loft and stuff like that, and they're trying to use a modern twist on new products, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so it's really good, in fairness. It's really, really good. And I'm going back. But anyway, we've been highly recommended to another client of theirs or another friend of theirs who actually tried to buy the house they were in a street away. So I'm going to look at that on. Sorry about that, it just froze there. They don't want your normal new home build Sparkies in there, so they've asked me. So let's have a read of this one. Just completed my level 3 qualifications as an adult learner, moving on to NVQ and looking to work with domestic electricians for experience. Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, so I was brave and I went out from day one on my own. I say completely on my own, but it wasn't really, because I was really fortunate because my neighbour was a Sparky at my first house. He was old school, came in from apprentice, and we sort of swapped days and we got on really, really well. Still good mates now. He's now pretty much retired now. I don't think he really does a great deal. I think he's probably let his NIC lapse, actually, I think that. But he was great. So if you can try and pair up with someone, offer your services, and give them a shout. I mean, I get asked a lot whether people can come and work for us, even if it's like free and all the rest of it. And I think it's great. I just can't, because of the type of work that we do. I can't have other people with me, purely because of it's just insurances and risk assessments and all that sort of stuff. It's in health and safety. It's an absolute nightmare. And if you've seen you've watched our channel, health and safety is not my friend, and it's a pain. So, but yeah, I massively, all credit to you, because it is not easy, I tell you. Coming into the trade as an adult learner is not easy, and I mean not easy, because you've got to think, all these people that, like I've had, and I was at the awards and I was speaking to someone at the awards, and I said, I feel like an imposter, right? Which is ridiculous. So I've won the awards. I've also won Tradesperson of the Year as well. So I did the double like Ash Mahoney did this year. And I still feel like an imposter, which is stupid, really stupid. You've got to think, so when people look down their nose at people who come into the trade as an adult learner, or whatever you want to call it, right? You've got to think that person will have responsibilities. He'll probably have a home, or she will have a home. She might even have children. You've got huge responsibilities, and all of a sudden you look down your nose at. No, I think it means that you've worked even harder to get in here. Half the people that I've come across who have gone in as an apprentice, one, they're rubbish because they don't really want to do it. They didn't know what else to do, and they went into that. And a lot of it, they're not really hungry for it either. And it's so when people look down their nose at adult learners and people who have given up their own massive money as well to do it, yeah, not from me. I tell you now, I won't ever look down my nose at you guys, because it's hard. Every video is great. Keep it up. Like the way you go it all through thoroughly. For people learning, mind you, we all forget things, and it's a great reminder. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, thanks, Mike. I really pride myself on the channel being a real world stuff. I make mistakes, right? I make mistakes. It happens. and I do make lots of mistakes, and I show them because we're all human. The job on the big builds, I've had a load of slating recently on there going, why is there so many alterations on a project that's new? And that job is because the customer wants millions of alterations. So when you can only plan so far, and then all of a sudden when things get changed, what am I supposed to do? Go, no, sorry. No, you're not having that. Well, they're paying my bill. I'll do what they bloody tell me. As long as it's within reason and it's to the regs, then yeah, we'll crack on. You know, they're paying my wages. So when people say to me, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, wind your neck in, because it's stupid. And you look stupid as well. I don't even know why you bother, wasting the old finger typing, because it's ridiculous. So yeah, so I'm glad you enjoy the videos, because I love making them, and long may they continue. We are trying desperately in the background to make our Mark II channel, right? We've recently bought some more equipment to do all that as well, but it's been really tough to get the time where I'm available to film that side of the business. And it's just hard, man. Really hard to be in two places at once and run the electrical side of the business and try and get the other content created. It's tricky, really, really tricky, especially with stuff that I want to do for my future. So who knows how it's all going to go. But yeah, I'm pushing and I'm hopeful. It's all built in the background. It's all built there. I just need time to create the content, to shoot the content, and we've got sponsors on board for it and everything. We just need time to start pushing that through. The premise behind it, there's a lot of giveaways for you as well. So I just need to get there to film it. That, like I say, we've got editors are all on board with it. Everything's all good to go. It's just purely time, physical time to get it done and over the line. Because once I start, it'll be okay. But obviously, it's a bit trickier now because we've started up on the 2 videos a week for the Green Hawk Electrical. So yeah, so it's a little bit tricky at times, but it'll get there. It'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. So there's loads of stuff going on. So what else have we had going on? So the Sean and Lewis and Clay have been redoing a roof, and Steve has redid a roof as well. So that's all sorted. I've recently been asked about a ventilation system as well to be put into one of our clients' houses as well. So if anyone's done a ventilation system in a domestic home, which is retrofit as well, let me know how that went, because I'm intrigued to know. I personally think it's a bit overkill and also a massive pain in the backside, because you can have a lot of boxing in to do, because the client has suffered with like mold and things like that in the house apparently. I have suggested a PIV unit, so the positive, I think it's positive intake ventilation, something like that. I fitted a few of them before for that reason, and it stopped them, stopped having like mold issues and things like that. Hell of a lot cheaper as well. So hopefully that will get them over the line. So yes, so it's all been a lot going on, in fairness. There's loads going on. Like I say, every Friday I'm trying to jump on to do a live stream. So next Friday, I am actually breaking rules, and I'm not actually in the studio next Friday, because I've got another job to do where I've got to oversee a first fix of a studio, a garden room, cabin, whatever you want to call it, because it's bought from a garden centre by my client. They have bought this, and it's being taken down by the company. They then ask the customers to supply the cable, although they don't know what they need. Then they're going to run all the cables before they put the cladding on. But they're not signing it off. They're not electricians. They say that multiple times. They're not electricians. Don't know what cable needs to go in. and yet they think they're competent enough to install the cables, and then it becomes my problem, which is absolutely mental. So they've been pushed around backwards and forwards, the customer has, and I found it really, really frustrating, to the point where I nearly didn't actually get the job because they nearly cancelled the whole thing because they were being so awkward with them. So what I've then done is speak to the company who are doing the fit out, said to them, you need to sign for all this. How are you going to sign this off? How are you going to run it in zones? How are you going to prescribe zones and building regulations, part M of the building regulation? How are we going to get over this and this? And they said, oh, I don't know, we're not electricians. We've been doing this for years. Well, good luck. So I've now got to be there, take the cable still, bearing in mind, take the cable, and they're going to install it under my supervision, which basically means, long story short, on Friday, I'll be on the tools doing things. So I'll try and jump on a Friday live stream as promised, and try and show you what the plan is for it. It will be filmed as well, so there'll be a YouTube video for that, but it will be filmed. So yes, you're right, Mike. It does sound like a disaster in the making, and I guarantee that it will. It will be an absolute shower, and I just feel sorry for the customer that they've had to go through this stress. What's supposed to be a nice experience, than buying something like that, and they can just get in and out. Job's a good one. So you'll have to wait and see, won't you? I suppose, see how poor it's going to be. Stream them doing the work. Yeah, I might do. I'll try. Although they've already told me that they want to be on camera filming that when I suggested that they're not electricians, and they went, yeah. Surprising, isn't it? So I've told them, look, I'm going to be filming the content, so it's up to you. So if then back down to the customer and gone, no, you can get Mike to do that. That'll be fine. He can do all the install. But they're adamant I've got to be there at 9 o'clock sharp, which I'll be there earlier than that anyway, because it's only going to take them an hour to build it, which might be the case. And it's, yeah. So we'll wait and see. So hopefully that will be coming out in a few weeks' time, that video. Hopefully I can do a live streaming on there, and we'll see. Because it is the only downside. I will warn you now. Signal there is it's remote. It's a new build site, but it's remote. Are you Sean? You're right. I'm just about to jump off as well, so I just jumped in there. Sean, I'm no electrician, but always enjoy your content videos because of regs. I won't do big jobs, only charge a socket or living room lights, but that is only in my house or a family. Great content. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy the content and that you are loving it, which is amazing. So thank you first and foremost. I will just be mindful to not get yourself involved with it. That's all I'll say. Because with the best will in the world, sometimes people, when you're doing things as a favour for other people, it's those favours that generally bite you in the backside. The amount of jobs I've gone to like that, where someone's, light switches are a classic one, or a light fitting, where they've gone, oh, John down the road, he's changed light. He changed my light, now nothing works. Or when I turn the switch on, all the lights come on now. I don't know what to do. And John's just left it. That's what I get. So hopefully, you never have any of that short. But I'm glad that you watched the videos and you're enjoying it. And you're learning things from it, which is great. Which is why I do it. In fairness, it is exactly why I do it. So you can enjoy it and get some good value from it. Because that is why it makes me do more and more of these. So I will jump off in a minute because I've got absolutely loads to do, and I'm expecting a very, very important phone call for the future as well. So that should be any moment now. So I don't want to end it. Obviously, phone call, got to go. I'd rather end it before that. So so thank you very much for all the support that you've given me over the years, and long may it continue. This is not a goodbye, by the way. Just going to put that out there. There is absolutely tons of content that is coming. So look after yourselves, and whatever you do, do it well. And I will see you the next one.